What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be diving really deep into a quick setup on how you can kind of get yourself started on Shopify. So this is going to be for people who haven't really been on Shopify, who don't know how to navigate it, or if you're, just looking to kind of get started and see what it takes to register on Shopify and get a store going. I'm going to break down how you can actually scale your Shopify in other videos. I've talked about it as well, but I realize nobody has a video quite on how to set up a Shopify in under 2 hours. And so what I've done is I've actually created a little checklist, and this checklist is going to actually give us an accurate view. So this checklist that I've created will allow you to isolate the 6 most common things that you would need to set up a Shopify, to scale, to design, and to implement the right copy that's going to be able to give you more organic traffic. What that means is, how can I set up a Shopify fast, and how do I set up the design quick enough so that I can start getting sales, and what is it going to take from me on my side? And so I'm going to show you how to do that. On the first step, we're going to talk about registry. So I was just kind of walking you through what that screen looked like on registering a shop. I've managed over 300 different Shopify stores across multiple different sales channel platforms: Amazon, Etsy, Walmart, Instagram catalog, Meta catalog. And so, needless to say, I believe that I have the experience to share with you guys an expert level view on what you actually need, what you don't need, what you need to move forward, and how you can kind of get set up. So, number one is register. You'll need your payments, your domain, your email flows to sign up, your business info or your sole proprietor info. Then you got your tax and store currency. After that, you'll be going into a theme. We'll be covering how to implement a professional design, what design to use, what theme to use, whether you need to use a paid one, depending on what product you're selling. Then we'll go into design on the main image, the banners. We're actually going to be looking at a specific brand called Goli. And Goli is a big supplements brand that actually has been in my reticular activating system, kind of talking about it with a few of the colleagues of mine. So I'm just going to go ahead and recreate the A plus listing store and their modules, and then I'm going to kind of put a twist to it at the end. Then you got 4, which is product import. You're going to just import your products and your descriptions, optimize that for SEO. Then you have your backend abandoned carts and emails. Basically what's happening in the background when I subscribe or when I have a pop-up that comes up on my email. What kind of follow-up am I getting? And then after that, we can get into SEO, blogs, copywriting. Basically, when somebody's searching for a store related to the products that we're selling, how do we make it rankable? And how do we make it number one, just like the Starbucks coffee? So now I'm back here where we would kind of get started with what we're going to sell. We're going to be going over Goli, which is basically a supplement company. And I'm going to quickly show you what that store looks like. Boom. So this is Goli. This is their Shopify store. This is their website. They got some products here, all kinds of different supplements, social proof, pretty easy to navigate store. And they're actually operating, I believe, on Shopify as well. And they got a bunch of links to their social media, their FAQ. We're only going to be setting up the bare bones today because this site took quite a long time, and they're making about 7, almost 8 figures probably in some other channels. And it's going to take a long time to build their entire store from zero. I'm not trying to be that ambitious, but we are going to get into what it's going to look like from the bare bones start to finish. All right, so I'm going to go through this really quick enough so that you guys don't lose any attention, that you can get as much value as possible. Where would you like to sell? That's the first thing that we're coming up against. And in this case, we're not selling retail. We might do online markets like Amazon. We might do online store. Let's just do online store and then other marketplaces. After that, which one best describes you? I'm already selling or I'm not selling yet. Obviously, that's a question for you guys to answer. Let's just say I'm not selling yet just because I'm not sure what comes after that. What do you plan to sell? Products to buy, drop shipping? Am I shipping from China? Am I doing, Alibaba stuff? Am I doing digital products where I'm selling guides, courses, etc., PDFs? No. Am I selling services? Obviously, products I buy myself or I make myself are going to be a good one to kind of describe what we're doing. And then it's going to give us these plans. This plan is going to be the most important thing for you, and it's going to really tailor what happens next. So the basic plan, this is for the guy who's like, I've got an Amazon store, I've got an Etsy, Walmart store, and I don't want to spend a lot of money. I just want to set up my website. I'm not trying to add some third-party stuff. I'm not trying to add another staff or member. But the small teams, which is Shopify here for small teams, which is $65 a month, is usually going to give you 5 staff accounts, your analytics, which is the same as the basic, and then you're actually going to get a lower percentage taken off the top for payment providers like Authorize.net. That's just one of the platforms. I'm not sure if they have Stripe, but other type of things like this, like Gravity Payments, that type of payment platform. It's not going to take as much fees. And then, of course, you have the advanced, which I always kind of opt for the advanced because we're usually working with clients with a larger SKU count who are making more initial revenue and have more to sell. But if you're just starting, just go basic. All right, so now we're here and we're ready to sell. You've got your dashboard. Initially, it's just going to give you some type of like .myshopify.com domain, and then you're going to have to add a domain. So going back to the guide, I'm going to actually give you guys a quick setup. But here, it says that Shopify has a little setup guide for you, and it's true. You add your product, you design your store in seconds, you simplify the marketplace, you add a custom domain. I like to do it a bit different. Of course, I like to go ahead and go to settings first. Number one thing that you're going to want to do is, I'm in Bali right now, so that's why it says Indonesia. You're going to add your business name, go into nutrition, and then let's just say, pick your country. Obviously, United States is going to be the best place to do it, and then it's going to ask you for your business information. You're going to fill that out. You're going to add the state, everything. Very simple. You fill that out, and then here you're actually going to see the currency display. Sometimes if you're like me, traveling the world or a digital nomad, you're going to have a different store currency than the one that you're actually wanting to register under your LLC or under your actual tax code. To make sure that that is all copacetic, as they say. It's all aligned. It's all ready to go. On the billing side, we've already said like that we would choose the basic or up to the small teams. And so like you have a 3-day initial trial period, which is why we haven't chosen anything yet. And then billing, you'll be able to add your card. I would usually add a prepaid or debit card just because you don't want to have some random incurring charges on your credit card. Something that I've seen a lot in the past is you never know what app that you end up downloading might kind of get in the way of this. Don't add an infinite credit limit card to the billing. Of course, you have users and permissions. And this is a quick note here. If you're adding somebody and you do have a staff add-on account in your subscription, this is your collaborator request. Usually partners, we're as an agency, able to access your portal and ask you to invite us as an admin, as an agency. And so when agencies ask for your collaborator code, it's going to be in users and permissions under settings. Payments is the number one thing, and then domain is the thing that you're going to have to register. Those are the two main things that you're going to want to locate and then figure out. Choose the payment provider or select a plan. Usually when you select a plan, you'll be able to easily figure out what to sell, what bank account to bring it to. And usually you'll have a little portal where you can add your bank account, or it'll give you a Shopify credit account or balance account. When an order comes in, it'll go to that balance account. The payment usually takes around 3 days to register initially, especially if you're doing like high volume. They're not going to register it quickly on that initial registry. And then they're going to deposit. You're going to be able to deposit money into your account once you have that. If you don't want to set up anything under a plan, of course, there are other payment gateways you can use. Stripe is one of them. It's unavailable in my country, but it is in the US. QuickPay, CyberSource, other stuff like that. And then there's probably Gravity Payments as well. On checkout, just make sure that you have what forms that you want to ask from your customers. Make sure that this is all ready to go. And then lastly, I would take a look at, shipping delivery is a big one. Make sure that your calculated rates are good, that you're offering domestic and international rates. Go to your taxes, make sure that you have the code set up and what market you're collecting in. Usually would do one country, so I usually do the US. And then markets, just make sure that you have a primary where you are actually located with your tax code. So you can change that primary here by just clicking the primary. And then your international, it'll just give you a natural conversion based on whatever your primary is. And so then the last part before we get to anything else is just doing the domains. And so you'll want to go to buy a new domain. If you have a domain to transfer, that's a a different gateway, different path that you're going to want to take. But this is how you basically start getting a domain together. Sorry. So right now you can buy a new domain. You'll type in the available domain that you're looking for. If it's not available, they'll give you other options like .net, .org, .store, .shop, .info. From my opinion, it's always good to have the .com and the .shop, and if you can, the .store, because this stops anything from any competitor from going ahead and mimicking what you're trying to do, just like we would try to do with Goalie. So that's just a little bit of expert advice for you guys. Once you have that done, it'll basically take you to this, or you know what to do or what to register, what domain you want to register. It'll ask you for this, which is your information. You can fill in that information, register, and you're good to go. It'll automatically sync up. At that point, you're going to want to look back at this checklist. And so on my side, the registry part is done. And this is just like from the back part of my mind. I put this together. And so usually it's payments, email, domain, business info, tax, and store currency. Those are like the focuses, because you want to make sure that you have a domain, that you have your business info set up so that you can get payments. Now you want to choose your theme, and then you're going to want to choose your design. What type of design do you want to bring out? And I'm going to give you a little hack for creating a design very easy on Canva and then on Gamma. Now I'm on Canva and I'm looking for storefront templates. This is going to be where you're going to be able to find, and by the way, Canva is totally free. You can choose like a premium, but it's very, very reasonable. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go under templates on the left-hand side, click templates, and then you'll go to storefront. Storefront will give you an entire breakdown of the banners, the type of stuff that you would include in your shop. And then you can go ahead, click that, and then you'll be able to edit a shop that just looks just like it. And so, for example, if we wanted to do something like a storefront for Goalie or for a skincare brand, we would click on this. This would give us the initial brand template and banner, and then we could go ahead and customize it. We can do that, or we can go down here and then choose the other product modules. We're also going to use this same template platform on Canva to build out our products. So just for example, if we're trying to build out our products or a brand templates, this is what it looks like. It'll allow you kind of to take a look at, it'll give you the ability to take a look at the typing, the type font, typography, the actual asset like the product, and then it will allow you to change the background as well. This is something that you can do on your own time. I'm not going to get into it today, but that's a quick way to generate and design a storefront product page and then a template for your homepage. If you really, really, really want to just get started and you don't have any design or interest in getting into design, here is what I would recommend. You would go to gamma.app/create, sign up for a AI basically presentation generator. What I would do is I would go to the website that you're currently running, or I would go to the website that you're trying to recreate. For example, this one would be goalie.com. And then go ahead and then import that URL into Gamma. And what that's going to do is it's actually going to build out its own web page, basically mocking up what it would look like for you to have a similar page or that page on an AI generated platform. And this is going to be the base for building out your Shopify store to allow you to download the PNGs and then get your entire store design done. This is the bare bones. This is what you're going to want to build if you're just starting, you don't know how to design, you don't have the care to do the design, and you want to see what this would look like in record speeds. This is a 2-hour build out, right? So keep that in mind. This is not the most professional way to do it. At the same time, this is a budget-friendly way to actually get as much done in as little time as possible and then get you guys started with making sales. Of course, now we have our design. The design is created, and here we are. This is the design. And so it's not really the best right now. We can add images here, but it's just enough with the AI images that they have and the little frameworks for us to go ahead and import that into our Shopify store. So let's go ahead and do that. Back at what we're trying to do, we're now in step 2 and 3, and then we're going to quickly get to 4 and 5 and 6. So we're back to our store. And basically what Shopify is telling us is get into design, get into your marketplace, start selling. Assuming we already have a domain set up, we're going to go to sales channels on the left-hand side. And under that, you'll see online store, themes, blog posts, pages, navigation. Pages are going to be where you do your FAQs, your return refund policy, privacy policy, etc. Blog posts are where we're going to be inserting content and then trying to drive SEO traffic. And this themes area is going to be where we actually build out most of the design. And so what I would say for you guys is the initial Dawn platform is okay, but every single Shopify store has this, uses it. Most inexperienced people just opt in for Dawn. Now you don't have to go into the paid route, right? Because you can click this, explore more themes, and then you can go to the paid route as well. But there are various different platforms that you can use for free, themes that you can use for free to optimize now. So I'm going to basically choose refresh, but I actually want to share with you what it looks like for you to look at all the free Shopify. So these are all the paid and like Shopify like premium templates. If you want to go to free, you can check here. And this is what that looks like just as a view. For now, what I want to do is pick something that's both mobile friendly and fit for a supplements brand. Now, most of these aren't going to be fit for the supplement brand. What I would say to a client is you can go ahead and choose under these categories in this industry here, and it's really just going to give you the most accurate view. Now, under paid, you can see that there are many more options, and there you can kind of shop which theme you want to use. I wouldn't change the theme until you get some initial conversions on your store. There's no reason why that you have to do that. What's up, guys? So this is the speed round, right? So we've got the refresh opened up. You just click customize on that sidebar where we were going over where to click online store and then theme. And then you can click on edit and customize. And so right now, the way that the theme is set up basically is announcement bar, header. You've got everything in the header section. The template section is going to be where you have the most editability. It's going to be your homepage, top to bottom. And then you got footer, which is automatic email sign up and footer are included. And we can go into the navigation to work with that as well. But just because we're starting out on this, we want to go ahead and just give it this the bare bones. There's always an announcement. I don't care about announcements. It's not good for, it's a bit spammy nowadays because everybody knows about the banner. It's going to be your typical 10% off or, your $50, you spend $50, you get free shipping. You could do that. I like to just add a pop-up instead. So let's just eliminate that entirely. You would add your logo here. So let's just say I want to go ahead and add my logo in. I would go to header. And then just under this section here, you can click My Store. It'll be under the wheel here under theme settings, and then you can choose logo. And then you just go ahead and boom, there you go. You have your full logo, and then you can set up your entire kind of theme here. Because the theme of goalie in general is around like that bluish, like that reddish white type of theme, let's just go with that just because like it's going to make the most sense. I would like to kind of use white, go with this theme, maybe even do a gradient like this. And then let's just go ahead and pull back here. This is going to be just for the main homepage. And then the scheme up top, this is going to be representing that. And so let's just say we could either go white, we could go red. Let's just make it white for now just because. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how to add sections. When you add sections into the template, it's going to be where you can add your banners, your images, etc. That's going to be actually where you put most of your content. So I'm actually going to put a few banners. And now this is going to be the place where I say, if you're an Amazon seller, you download your A+ content, you put that all in here. You're going to optimize this for exactly that. And so what I would do is just subtract all the buttons that are in these image banners. And then I would go ahead, make these null. And now you have some empty canvas space to go ahead and add your modules from your A+ listing. If you're not doing that, then of course, it's going to be the best for you to add your banners and then go on Canva and add your banners. And for example, when I was looking at the Gamma app, it gave the banners and modules. This is also where you download that PNG from Gamma and you're going to upload that here. So this is what it looks like. Boom, just like that. It took me 2 seconds to just do this entire thing. And so I've uploaded the logo, I've uploaded the banners. I have not put in the featured products yet. I've got the theme going. We've got the banners up. and the banners look pretty good, pretty sweet. They're aligning pretty well. Maybe we could change a few, arrange them, and you could argue that the design isn't obviously the best. You can drag this around, basically make this whatever you would want in whatever order you would like. But this is how you build your shop in under 2 hours. In fact, it took almost 30 minutes for us to just get this together, and I'm trying to walk you through this while I'm talking about it. So it's very easy for you to do. Shopify is one of the best e-commerce platforms for this job, and I would say it's. Oh, I got a call from one of my staff. And so that's how easy it is to go through the design part. Now that we have the design created, we can go into the product upload. And so everything now can be done and kind of created, published from this shop. And so if you want to publish, obviously you can go ahead and publish here. But what I would say is the number one thing that you're going to want to do after this, when you upload your products, you can go ahead and go to ChatGPT. And what I do is you type in either your Amazon, Etsy, Walmart shop platform description, and then you're going to type in ChatGPT, hey, optimize this for the keywords that would be relevant to X niche, X marketplace, let's say nutrition supplements for like ashwagandha related, natural related, any of those keywords that you're either targeting already or that you might already be ranking for, trying to rank for. And then you're going to want to go to marketing. And the last thing I would say you do is you do these automations, and you can view the templates in marketing under this section. We're actually in trial mode still. So what I would say is go to welcome new subscribers with a discount series. You're going to implement your own discount series when somebody gives them your email. Add a convert abandoned cart when they're browsing and they've abandoned the cart. And then make sure to recover abandoned cart and then have a new welcome sequence. After that's complete, all you need to focus on is content. And content can be found in the content section on the left-hand side under blog posts. You create a blog post. And this is going to be very self-explanatory. You would add a cover image. You can do that on Canva. You can do it on Gamma in seconds. And you go and you spend the rest of your time after you're done with this for 30, like if you're done with this in 30 minutes or an hour, spend the rest of your day pumping out 15 different blogs. You can use ChatGPT to help you. Don't use it, rewrite it, but use it as a framework and use it to localize keywords that you're trying to talk about. So if it's Goalie Nutrition, they're selling supplements in the ashwagandha space. I'm going to make 5 blogs about that. I'm also going to make 5 blogs about apple cider vinegar gummies. I'm going to talk about probiotic gummies. I'm going to talk about how matcha and sleep is correlated to some of the supplements that we're selling. And then I'm going to dive deep into the pain points. After that, I'm going to add my customer reviews if I have any. And then that's going to be it for building out your Shopify. And so I hope that it was beneficial to you guys. I know that it was a very quick, rudimentary, flash in the pan type of build out, but that will get you started in under 2 hours. And so if you want to look at this little checklist that I've created, I will have the link to this exact checklist in my YouTube description. And I'm actually going to add a few more little nuances here so you can actually access this at a more described and informative level. And so I hope that was helpful for you guys. If it wasn't helpful, that's fine. I can totally go ahead and book a call with you guys and go deeper into the actual nuance of conversion rate optimization for your brand. And if you guys are looking for more things related to Shopify, TikTok Shop, e-commerce, or anything of the like, give this a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.